history. As we go now to Athens, Georgia, we find Heather Mitz, who is covering this game for SEC Network on Saturday. Georgia coming off of a tough loss in Columbia. What is the mindset, the mentality of this Bulldogs team now coming into this home game?
Yeah, that's the question we asked Coach Rick today, and there was a long pause before he said, we're as good as we can be. He said the guys are disappointed, but he feels like, they've had a good week of practice. The toughest thing is having to wait another week for a game, and then another week after that for a conference game. But he says it's going to be a while before they can get redemption. The biggest difference here in Athens was at the team meeting on Monday. He said they had the coaches come up and point out one thing that they could have done differently. So if they're working on the small details, it can be the difference between winning a game or losing a game moving forward.
What's the biggest thing that this week Georgia's been working on in preparation for Troy specifically?
Well, for Hudson Mason, today he told us that he's been working a little bit on watching more film, but specifically in the red zone and how he can become more efficient. Today, him and Chris Conley were talking about how they worked all week long on those reps between the quarterbacks and wide receivers, working on different routes, working on becoming more confident, more comfortable. They threw out the word trust a bunch. So obviously this is something they feel like they can exploit on the Trojans' coverage. They're looking to go long, and they have the confidence to finally do it.
Heather, we watch him every week, and we know all about Todd Gurley's remarkable talent on the field. But what do folks there tell you about his leadership?
Well, we know what he can do on the field, but once again, Coach Rick told us that one of the things that has surprised him the most about Todd Gurley is his leadership. It's not that he didn't think that he could be a leader. It's just the fact that he's seen him really blossom over these years. He comes in, he works hard, he does everything they ask of him, but he never really wanted to be the leader of this team. But when you're being considered one of the best running backs of all time and a Heisman hopeful, it's going to come along with the territory, and he's definitely owning up to it now.
We will see you again coming up Saturday, noon Eastern on SEC Network, Troy and Georgia. Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Dari.